Hey guys, it's Canadian-Australian Strongman and two-time Australian Strongman record holder Mitchell Hooper here, and you're watching the world's strongest fan.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. First up, it's strongman Matt Webb, lifting 183.5 kilos or 405 pounds up to a height of 60 inches. Following on from him, it's Dean Madden. He competes at under 105 kilos. The weight of that giant stone today is 200 kilos or 441 pounds, and he does get it up to the platform, so great work from Dean. We now move into the bench press, and here is Andy Juan. He says, I'm doing a long paused bench from earlier this week. I was doing doubles with 205 kilos or 452 pounds for my top set. I finally had a decent bench day. We now move into some overhead pressing, and here is Donna Moore. She says, back to some training cautiously. That's 65.5 kilos or 144 pounds. Next up, and also doing dumbbell, is under 80 kilo strongman Dean McVie. This is actually over his current Scottish record. Next up, it's Dominic Creaky. It's a personal record for him, with 93 kilos or 205 pounds, and again, making it look too easy. Next up, it's the Moose, Mitchell Hooper. He's definitely working on all of his game. Here's 105 kilos or 231 pounds. Next up, we join another lifter. This is Kane Morgan, doing an axle to match his all-time best. It's 132 kilos or 291 pounds. Gets it up to his chest, and it's a very strong press out overhead. We now move into the log press, and here is Rhiannon Lovelace with a lifetime personal best with a strict rep. It's 95 kilos or 209 pounds, and she looks really happy. Next up, it's Max Kleinwachter, doing a strict rep with 135 kilos or 297 pounds. Now here's a clip from Romanian strongman Alex Lungu. The weight on his log, 165 kilos or 363 pounds. He leans back and gets a good press. We now move into a Viking press, and here is Dimitar Savatinov, known for some really strong overhead power. Today, he's pushing out 250 kilos or 551 pounds for 3 reps. We now move into some squatting, and he's back again. It's the Moose Mitchell Hooper. The weight on the bar, 292.5 kilos or 644 pounds for 5 reps. He says, when my squats feel good, it's always a good sign of things to come, so stay tuned. Next up, it's John Hack, who had a little mishap on the re-rack. Try saying that quickly. The weight, 295 kilos or 650 pounds. Now next up, we join Jonathan Oldham. He's also squatting today. The weight on his bar, 342 kilos or 755 pounds. Next up, it's powerlifter Craig Foster. The weight on his bar even heavier. It's 390 kilos or 859 pounds for 2 reps. He says, not bad for just squatting 48 hours ago. Squats are starting to feel like their old self again. We've now got a couple of moving events, and here is Mitchell Hooper running with 392 kilos or 865 pounds. Following on from him, it's Jose Baez Jr., who said, I lost my Metcons. Definitely missed them in the gym today on my yoke work. It's 453 kilos or 1,000 pounds, and he rounds out the first half of today's video.
Just balance. That's all it is. I didn't have my balance right, that's why.
50, 70s.
Now we're into the second part of today's video, and we kick off with the deadlift section. First up, it's powerlifter Susanna Toth, pulling 200 kilos or 441 pounds raw. Next up, we join another powerlifter. Here is Jessica Bittner, who said, a solid day of deadlifting. It's always convenient when someone says add weight whilst you're still warming up. It's 227.5 kilos or 501 pounds for 2 reps. Here's a clip from Izzy Tate, pulling 250 kilos or 551 pounds. That's 10 kilos over her current Scottish record. Next up, we join Hafthor Bjornsson, pulling 280 kilos or 617 pounds for 3 reps. We now join Paddy Haynes, who said, "This is my final deadlift session in the books. I wanted to get a heavy session in on the stiff bar prior to next week to get primed for the deadlift machine, whatever that is." He's pulling 302.5 kilos or 666 pounds for 3 reps. Now someone else also pulling 3 reps is strongman Shane Flowers, training in his new gym. Here he is on the axle, pulling 320 kilos or 705 pounds. Here's a clip from powerlifter Russel Orhii, who said, "Top dog, no secret. The weight on his bar, 338 kilos or 745 pounds. Next up, we join Lewis Bing, pulling from a height of 11 inches on an axle. The weight, 350 kilos or 771 pounds. Next up, it's powerlifter Philip Herndon, who said, 771 pounds, my first conventional deadlift in 6 weeks, and apparently it was pretty hard. Next up, we join Jesus Olivares, also deadlifting. The weight today, 364 kilos or 804 pounds. Now Shane Hunt is only 4 weeks out from competition. Here he is today, pulling 420 kilos or 925 pounds for his new personal record. Next up, and also 4 weeks out from the USPA Pro, it's Jamal Browner, pulling 430 kilos or 948 pounds, doing it sumo and always making it look easy. Now next up, I've got some competition news. First, Zydrunas Savickas, Big Z, has won Lithuania's Strongest Man 2022. That now makes him a 17 times champion. Following on from this, we've got the athletes for this year's under 82 kilo Arnold Strongman Classic UK. First up, we've got Donna Moore. She's actually moved down a category, so it will be interesting to see how she gets on at that new weight. Next up, it's Nicola Buchan. Good luck to her, representing Scotland. Next up, it's Gemma Ferguson. She's representing England. Also competing will be Laura Baxter. She's representing Scotland and also another great strong woman. Next up, it's Alexandra Alexa. She's competing representing England. And rounding out the group, it's Gemma Stubbs of Wales. So good luck to all of those women. Now next up, I've got the list of athletes competing in the open category. First up, it's Lucy Underdown. She holds the world record in the strong woman deadlift. Next up, it's Anetka Brakova. She's competing for England. Following on from her, it's Naomi Hadley, also competing for England. Next up, we've got another athlete, Emma Jane Smith. She's competing for Scotland. Following on from her, it's Katie Smith, also competing for England. And rounding out the group, it's Melissa Smith, competing for Wales. So good luck to all of those women. Now seeing us out today, it's Trey Mitchell III, hot off his win at the Shore Classic. Today he's working on loaded dumbbell, the weight 113 kilos or 250 pounds for 4 reps. That's 2 reps in each arm. Definitely a good strength to have. Anyway guys, that's it from me today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe, and also comment below. Let me know which was your favourite lift. And as always, I'll catch you again on the next one.